Alright. So don't forget, I won't be screen sharing, so everything can be on the actual website if you want to actually follow along.
Cool.
Sure.
All right.
All right, we're live. All right, so welcome to Military Gaming Podcast, episode 14. And it's been a while. Well, it's been like 3 weeks so far.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 3.
I think that's one of the biggest time we've been away from doing a podcast. But hey, we're doing one now, so we're switched back to Sundays. I think that's better for everybody.
Yeah.
We definitely got more people than last time.
Yeah, that's true.
So everybody want to do their intro. Whoever wants to go first.
Hi, I'm Chris, aka Vontrell, mostly known as Vontrell.
All right. All right, Randy, you next.
Hey man, you already know what it is. You know, Damon
You sound like one of them
X22,
SoundCloud rappers.
a SoundCloud rapper.
You already know
Okay.
who
Yo,
it is.
dude, finish the
Or
intro.
anyway, so Damon X22, you already know what it is. We about that gaming over here. We doing our thing. And yeah, it should be an interesting podcast, definitely. There's a lot going on, so we'll see.
All right. Yeah, the other Chris.
By now, y'all know I don't really have an intro, so just call me Lewis. Everything's cool. Yeah, can't wait to get this started.
All right, Michael.
Me.
Stop being a fat ass.
I can't help it. I'm hungry. Kenshin. I don't know, not one. Nachos. Bye.
Pull the dick out your mouth.
It's not a dick, but it is.
What are you about to say? It's not a dick, but he is big.
No homo.
Shut up. That's what I was gonna say. Shut up. I'm gonna eat my food.
All right. So I'm the host, Tony. You can catch me at Tony Play Games on YouTube. This will be uploaded to SoundCloud. A better version is being recorded, so don't worry about the quality now. There will be a better version uploaded later. But let's go ahead and start with the first topic, which I want to go ahead and skip to the GameStop incident that happened around 2 weeks ago. And we're lucky to have a former GameStop employee. That is Lewis. I want to get your takes on it. First, I want you to give us a background on your time at GameStop, and then we're going to get into the questions. Because
spoiler alert,
I'm doing my investigative journalism right now, so I want to get to the bottom of this. See what's really going on with GameStop.
Not much.
All right, so I was with GameStop for about 7 years before leaving and joining the military. So the period I worked with them was before, during, and after the EB Games takeover and merger. So I got to see a lot of those changes, and yeah, towards the end of it, we can, like, I don't want to tell the story, especially on a podcast, because it's not exactly a flattering one of how I quit. But needless to say, there was fire and there was yelling. So
like actual fire?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thank God.
No, there was threats and there was other stuff, and the best illusion I can give is I wounded the dragon.
You were gonna spoil some shit.
Like, no.
Fuck some shit up.
It was more like it was my boss's boss that was trying to get me to quit and stuff. And one day I came in on my day off, and yeah, I can tell you guys that story when we're not recording, because I don't want to, it's so old. I don't want to try and bring up stupid old.
Well, we can
shit,
do that. We can do that in the after party.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I want to hear this shit.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's kind of a brief little bit of the stint that I was there for. So let's get into this.
Okay. I'm doing my Birdman rub right now.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. You guys can follow the article I put in the chat. So there's this new GameStop program called the Circle of Life.
Yep, that bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So
I'm calling it
if
now.
you've never heard of, I'm gonna go ahead and go over a little bit. So basically, what the Circle of Life is, it's pretty new. Some people say, but I think they've been doing this for a long time. We're gonna find out from Lewis in a little bit. But pretty much, there's been percentage quotas for pre-orders, reward cards, subscriptions, used game sales, and game trade-ins. So basically, if someone comes into the GameStop, say they want to buy a new game, let's say they want to buy Neo, for example, and they didn't pre-order the game, they would basically tell them like, hey, hey, we're out of stock. You should have pre-ordered pretty much. And then they come back a week later, and somebody will have like traded it in. So they would still have copies like in the back of the store, but they would say, "Hey, we have this used game, but we don't have it in stock. We don't have a new game in stock, but we have the used game." So they kind of well, not really trying. They are lying to their customers, saying like, "Hey, we basically trying to sell you our used game," because they make more money from the used game. I know most people know that. They don't make as much money from that brand new games. They make a little bit of profit from that, but they biggest money maker is from the pre-owned games. So
Yeah.
I want what are you about to say?
Yeah, so like straight up, if I literally rolled into a GameStop right now with my brand new copy of Neo, right, they would literally give me less than $60 what I paid for, right?
Yeah, they probably give you
Yes.
like $20.
Like 20 at most, and they'll flip that and sell it for 60.
Well, they'll sell it for like 55 or 54.
Yeah, exactly. 50, 55, 54. Literally pretty much like brand new game status, right? Regardless of how much I damaged the disc, regardless of the pre-order bonuses that I've already taken away from it, like they'll just charge that much right off the bat, right?
Yep.
And then you're expected to, so I'll sell it to them. I'll get like $20 from them, maybe, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, somebody will roll in and be like, "Hey, I was thinking about trying out Neo, oh," and then all of a sudden, "Hey, we don't have it in stock. But if you buy this copy that we got for $20 and we charge you 60, 50 for it, hey, go ahead and make that happen. It's good for you. Trust me."
So
okay,
let me chime
That's
in.
literally what I get from that.
So this is what happened like when they worked this article 2 weeks ago. So Watch Dogs 2 for a brand new, it was $29.99. How much you think they sold it with it being pre-owned?
usually at about
49.
that point. So it depends. If they were doing a sale for Watch Dogs, and Watch Dogs was on sale new for $29.99, a lot of times they keep the used price at what it previously was, because the new game will go back up to that. Now, if that was a permanent drop, that used game, I could see it's either going to be a $24.99 or a $27.99.
Okay, so yeah, so it was brand new $29.99, and then they pre-owned $54.99. What do
What?
you think the GameStop employees were trying to sell? Do you think they were trying to sell the brand new copy or the pre-owned?
Pre-owned.
So
I mean, well, it depends on the store. So, like, if it was like a fully stocked store, like, and they had those games available, like, why sell the game for $60? Well, you can turn around, make a quick little profit on that $30 though.
well, there was an email from a GameStop employee who sent the email to the people who was covering the article. And that's what they said they did, is that they told their customers they didn't have the new game of Watch Dogs 2. So they were told they had to sell the $54.99 pre-owned. And that's part of the Circle of Life program where so I'm gonna break it down. They have it broken down. So there's 4 categories, 25% for pre-orders, 25% for rewards cards, and that's a total of 50%. If they get all 4 quotas, which includes trade-ins and used games, they get what they call the COL, which is Circle of Life, of 100%, and then they get extra money for that, like kind of like a rewards program, pretty much for that. So it's 100%. So they have to sell a certain amount of pre-owned copies, reward cards, trade-ins, and used games. I did say pre-orders, I think.
Yeah.
So, what exactly do you want? Do you want like my take on the whole thing? Each
No,
individual
I want to know,
piece?
is like, did that happen? Is this like something that's brand new? Because I suspected this a long time ago when GameStop was like the juggernaut game person to go to, and it always come on Arkansas. I was like, not a lot of people play games in Arkansas. People are pretty much on the streets playing basketball, football, whatnot. Not a lot of people are playing games. Like, you were the weird guy, like I was, who was going to GameStop buying video games. So it was always odd to me. Every time I went there, they would always tell me, "Hey, we don't have a new copy of Madden, which again it just came out. So here's a pre-owned copy, which is just like 3 days old.
Okay.
That we're selling you."
Yeah. So I'm gonna start this off by saying it's store to store, because certain stores operate and decided to lie to customers on this. They feel that they are forced by, like, because I had read the article too. They feel they are being forced by this circle of life. Now, has that happened previously? I can tell you right now, fuck yeah. Some of that has happened previously, where it was certain managers had to be fired by doing and I guess you could say fluxing their pre-order numbers, because for the longest time when I was working there, what mattered more was pre-orders and the card subscription, like Game Informer magazine subscription thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what they kind of were on more. Like, they still, at the end of the day, we still had, like, as part of closing procedure, we would go through and we'd see end of sales and how much of that was used, how much of that, like, how many trade-ins we had, and like we'd calculate it out and we'd compare it to last year. But it never was a part of like the incentive for each individual to try and do like a specific percentage, which is what the new Circle of Life is. And before I left Maryland, I actually was friends with the people at that GameStop, and a couple of them were actually lamenting about how stupid certain parts of it were and how each individual has to sell a specific amount of used games now. And so it's a lot different from what it was. It's not just because when I was going, it was, hey, I can help the customer, and we try and get a pre-order out of it, or maybe a subscription, and cool, whatever. But I was always chill about it because I don't want to pressure people because I know they hated that fact about GameStop, where it was just like somebody always fucking being like, nah, man, pre-order da 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 da, and I was more like, okay, well, this. The only thing I ever really emphasized on customers was if it is a collector's edition, I recommend you do the pre-order.
Mm.
Like, because my store and the way my district was is we didn't turn people away from a sale on a new game. So a lot of times we ended up selling people's pre-order copies of shit, and I hated that. Like usually we'd get like some more in the next day, for like launches and stuff. But I always felt bad, like selling people's pre-order copies and things like that. So, like like I said, the biggest difference from when I was working and when what they're doing now is they decided to incorporate used games percentage. It's what used games percentage. You've got your cards. You've got pre-orders. What was the fourth one? That's their Circle of Life thing.
Rewards. Did you already say that?
The rewards card is the Game Informer bundle thing.
Yeah. So yeah, rewards, pre-orders, pre-owned, and I forgot what the last one. I just closed out the article.
Because like I'm trying to think what that last one was too, and I'm just like I'm spacing on that because like
pre-orders, rewards, used games, and trade-ins. There it is.
Oh,
What is that?
Oh, see, that's even more ridiculous because there's a lot of people that don't want to do trade-in at all. Like they like keeping their stuff. But then there's plenty of people who don't like to deal with the wonderful GameStop used car mentality that they have, which is what Poole was explaining. Like usually you can get maybe half for a hot game. So in all honesty, Neo, I see you could maybe get $30 for it, Poole. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. But yeah, so then they'd turn around and they'd sell it for $55, make a $25 profit off of that. Because the amount of money that GameStop makes off of a used game sale is $3 to $5. Because most of the other amounts are going to the company that made it, the marketing, the publisher, the amount of money it took to press the game, to ship the game out to the stores and things like that. Like GameStop only makes a very small fraction out of that. So the only way they really could have the lights on is by doing used game sales and sort of things like that.
Yeah, and I kind of can see why Xbox, like way back when, where they were talking about like, hey, all of our games, like you have to own your own individual copy. You can't lend it to a friend. You can't send it to GameStop.
So what they were doing with trying to like battle used game sales and that sort of thing, and it's this weird thing. It's with the video game industry, like they don't like GameStop for doing these specific things, but at the same time, they still feel like they need GameStop because they're one of the few brick and mortar stores that have like such a reach.
Exactly.
At least for the physical copies. But at the same time, I personally I don't mind digital, but I still like having a physical copy that I can let a friend borrow. And so that's the one thing that I had issue with, at least for a couple sort of things, like with Xbox, is I couldn't let a friend borrow it. And I was like, what? Because I don't really trade in. I keep all the mistakes that I made. If I bought a crappy game, all right, I bought a crappy game, I'll still keep it and just have it be a reminder of me making a mistake and how shitty games can be or something, But yeah.
See, I don't do trade-ins no more. Now with
Whoa.
Oh, what happened?
I did not catch any of that.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, so what I was saying is I don't really like the trade-in because I feel trade-in, I'm not getting my money's worth. which is why I just upright just sell it, like sell it to another person, because I feel like I get more money out of that.
Yeah, no, and I
than just trading.
understand that. I understand that, but there are plenty of people who would rather take it to GameStop and trade it in, use that store credit, get another game. And I understand that. Like when I was a younger kid, I didn't have much money, so like that kind of was a thing. Like I maybe took like a couple in there, or sometimes when I'd get duplicates, I'd take duplicates into like Funko Land and do that, and I didn't mind.
Mhm.
But let's see.
Anybody else got something to say?
No, I
Make that
literally
money. Don't let it make you.
Oh, I remember now. It was going to be.
Go ahead.
Yeah. If you don't, it's one of the things, or at least one of the ways I think about it for people is yeah, you buy the game and you put in so much time to it, and if you were going to go trade it in or sell it to somebody else, the amount of money, like think about it as the amount of money you get back was the amount of money like left over that you didn't like in between. So let's say even selling it to a friend, you can only get $30 for this game that you paid 60 for or whatever,
Mm.
so you ended up paying $30 for this game. Was that $30 worth the amount of time you spent on that game?
See, this is the thing with me, and maybe I'm a little shady myself with doing this. So everyone knows that I price match almost everything. When I go to the exchange, I literally would sit there for like 2 hours just going on Amazon, just making sure everything I'm getting the right value, going through Best Buy, like everything I can before I go check out. So with video games, as you know, on Amazon it's $48.99. So I would literally pay the game $48.99 for a brand new game, just price match it with Amazon. Beat that game, and I try to beat it in like a month or so, or at least within 2 weeks. Sell that for $40 on the Facebook pages. So literally, I'm pretty much paying $8 to play the game.
I mean, that's fine, man. Like that's. I mean, you're not necessarily ripping somebody off because you're not overcharging, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like I personally don't have an issue with that. Like most of my issues were with the people who would come in, pick up a system or a game that was hard to find, and then go and upsell it on eBay. And
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
that I hate. I hate
Yeah.
that.
because I'd see that all the time. Like this was when I was working. It was also back when we did DVDs, and so we'd have people come in trading in DVDs for cash, and you knew the sketchy ones because they'd come in with like a trash bag filled with these DVDs that were all from the supermarket's discount bin, and
Yeah.
just be like, yeah, I just want all this for cash. It was that was actually one of the most annoying things is you open the store, and as you were opening the store, before you even unlock the door, when you're trying to get everything prepped, you see somebody waiting outside the store with a bag, and you know that they're going to be doing a cash trade-in. And you're just like, I haven't even made any money. I haven't made any money today, and you already want to try and empty out my till. Like,
Man. Yo,
Uh,
you worked at like a super shady fucking GameStop, bro.
oh,
Like where were you at? Like location
Richmond,
wise? Like that
man.
shit was fucking.
I told you I'm from Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah, bruh.
Are you talking about the one in Mechanicsville?
Nah, so Broad and Bow was the one that I worked at most of the time, and then I also worked a little down the street at the one that was on VCU campus. For
Oh, okay.
Okay, I know where that's at. I went to that one before.
so
Damn. Yeah, that shit is fucking.
So yeah, we
shady as
get
fuck.
people who would take stuff from the Kroger, and back when the U Crops was there before it became like a VCU building or whatever, people would try to take stuff from those and bring them to my store. Because for the longest time, the Broad and Bow store was the only one around Richmond. Like we'd have people coming from, what was it, 9 Mile?
9 Mile Road.
Yeah, they'd be coming from there because we were the closest GameStop. Because the next closest one was Short Pump.
Most of the time when I was going to GameStop, it was because they did the disc cleaning or whatever, which half the time didn't even work. But
so
I was a kid.
I can already tell you right now what that was. Is you'd buy this extra little bit, and you'd spin your disc around and put some solution. What that actually did was it would rub off and wear off part of your protective layer on the disc. So it would take out some of those like small scratches on there, but it would actually make it so that your disc was more prone to scratching afterwards. So yeah.
I can also attest to that bit. Like I actually did some research and like paid for my own personal solutions, and what I got from it was like literally like every disc that I cleaned, so to speak, got rid of the scratches or whatever. Literally every disc was prone to additional scratches, additional damage, wear, and whatever not over time. And it made me not want to try that solution again in the future. Like I literally like I spent all this money, I took all this time to like try and like, all right, like the GameStops or whatever now can do this for me. Like, no, I want to find a cheaper solution, try and figure it out. Like, yeah, no, it was not worth it. Like there were games that I just literally dropped like after a while. Like now I was
Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna put any names. I rebought that later, but that's separate from what I'm trying to say. Like, so like there were games that like I put money into, paid for, got them. They got scratched up. I don't know. I was young. I was a kid, fucking around. Tried to cleaned them, so to speak, played them, and then within like 3 months, they were complete garbage. Like they were just trash. And I literally could not play those games anymore. And that was when I realized, like, yeah, like I can't do like a hard sale unless I'm gonna take care of the disc myself.
So there was one thing that they had put out before Blu-rays like came into being, and it was this like protective plastic little thing that you put over your disc. You put over the bottom of it, and it would like snap on, and your disc would still be able to be read by the system, but it did like a nice little protective layer to try and help against scratches. So we sold like our entire stock of those to families. We were just like, oh, you got little kids? Do they leave the discs out? Do they get scratched up? Buy these, put them on the disc.
Yep.
Like you just bought this new game, buy this, put it on the disc. Like,
yeah, that's literally like that's the exact type of bullshit. Like, I mean, like it's not bullshit in the sense of like, hey, it's a good idea, but in reality, like longevity wise, like nah, it's not worth it.
So, all right. Anybody got any questions about just GameStop stuff, or are we pretty good on this?
Yeah, questions?
GameStop was the only place I used to hang out.
Were you one of the kids that was just hanging out on the demo systems all day?
No, like
God
damn.
I've seen those.
No, I used to just make trips all the time because my discs were always scratched up. So I used to make trips to GameStop like on a regular basis to get my discs cleaned. It was like $2. And
I got you. Like, I mean, I hang out at. I still hang out at GameStops because, like I said, I worked there for 7 years, or at least I did, before PCSing. And like after a while, you just because you've had a mutual experience with some of the people that work there. I mean, as long as they're not assholes and they're not trying to dick over customers, usually like I can get along with them.
Mm.
But like we kind of like we get along and we're still friends. I still contact a bunch of them too. But yeah, like it's one of those things where like I'll hang out and just get some peace of mind. Like if my actual work day's been stressful, I'll walk to the GameStop, or at least I'd walk to the GameStop. I'd talk to them for a little bit. I'd help them work. I'd help them with their work so that they could focus on like a couple other things, and then I'd like bounce out and then go home and play some video games.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I do every time I go home. I go to GameStop, even though I know I'd never probably buy a game out of there. I still go in there just to just get around that environment and just see people like asking questions.
Yeah.
And
So I go now and I play the little game of what is the most horrible game I can find in here. Like, what's a horrible cheap game I can find, and I'll just give it a shot. And I do that. Oh, the other thing is with used. I know you guys have seen this, right? On the receipt, it says you can return within 7 days if you don't like it.
Yeah.
So what I'd do is if I was visiting Richmond, I'd go and I'd drop by one or two of the stores, find like a terrible, horrible game, very cheap, pick that up, give it a shot, play it, try and play it with like my brother and maybe a couple friends. And then that same day we'd go back and then return it and I'd get my money back.
I mean, like if you
I know that kind of counteracts what I was just saying about keeping my mistakes.
absolutely, but
that's like, in all honesty, that was one of the most fun things in the world to do. Is I'd pick up like something absolutely horrible, like Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Oh my god.
oh my, that shit is straight garbage.
Like I picked that up used. My brother and I tried to play it, and then that same day we returned it.
Man, I kind of feel like we owe you money for that. Like that experience, we should probably pay you for having gone through that. That was.
But I mean, I was gonna say, you already know that I already have a bunch of other games that are not really good games in my collection. So, yeah.
Appreciate you not giving me one of those games too. Next podcast we're gonna come up with part 2. I forgot the name already. My treasure,
your trash.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely down for that. My OPS is up.
I'm getting you guys heads up.
Like, yeah.
Am I just gonna hand a bunch of games to people then? Is that what it is, or are we actually drawing from hats again?
We're gonna draw from hats again.
Okay.
It's gonna be random, all random again.
Hey, I definitely recommend OBS if you're using a PC or a laptop.
Yeah.
Like that shit is like serious. Like it works. I've been recording like all my videos for that. All my gameplay videos, at least.
Yeah, it's so much easy. Not just OBS Studio. It's so easy to use now. It's not like the old version. This one is so easy. Even Chris can use it.
Oh.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
He might need a better computer.
No, he doesn't. He's on that Xbox shit, right?
I'm playing my PS4 right now as we speak.
Oh, what's you
playing Neo? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Neo. Yeah.
All right. So since anybody got any questions before we move on? Any more questions?
I got a
Neo is the best game of the year so far.
Okay, so to jump on that. Well, sorry, Chris. Chris. I gotta jump on Von Trail real quick. So you are playing Neo on the PS4.
Yes.
Is this your first Souls game?
No. Is it the first one this is the first one I've actively done well in? Yes.
Okay. So you are not a hardcore Souls fan. Got it.
Well, I own Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. I've owned Dark Souls the original, but
Hey
I
man,
got
like
rid of it.
I've owned like a shitty pair of tennis shoes that I've thrown away. Like cool.
No,
You know, I've
actually,
definitely owned
no,
this
I don't want
bottle
to
of
hear
straight
your
tea.
opinion. Actually, because that's one of our topics, Neo. So we're going to talk about that. I don't want to hear your opinion, Wayne, because you are a Dark Souls. I want to hear Chris's opinion because he said like only like Bloodborne.
You say that shit
So
because
he's
you
not
don't
like
play
a
it.
hardcore. So I want to hear his opinion. I don't
You
want to
say
hear
that shit.
you
You
guys
say that
that
shit because
that
you
has
don't
no
play it.
freaking. No, I want to hear
Okay.
your opinion because it's going.
So
It's not,
Neo is definitely not as hard as Dark Souls.
are you
Maybe-
enjoying it?
Absolutely. I lie. I say that as I just died, but it's not as hard as Dark. It's not as hard as Dark Souls.
Hey
Actually,
man,
I-
on some real shit. On some real shit. Neo is Commoner Souls. That's what I'm calling it. Commoner Souls.
So you're not enjoying it?
I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Do I make stupid
Okay, so-
mistakes just like everybody else? Like, yeah, like we all die in Dark
So
Souls.
why would you
games.
call it a Souls game when it's not a Souls game? First of all, it's its
No,
own
no.
standalone
All
game.
right.
It plays kind of like Dark Souls or whatever,
It
but you
plays
definitely can
very
feel that
similar.
Ninja Gaiden in there.
It plays very similar. The way that
You definitely can feel the Ninja Gaiden in there because it's so quick and like you lose stamina
Yeah.
for a second and then you're done. It's like,
Okay,
oh, man.
all right. So yes, in that sense, yes, it's definitely like Ninja Gaiden. Like you run out of stamina, you get your ass whooped. If you're a lame, I never have that problem. I'm gonna just throw that out there right now. All right, so my preferable Souls game is Bloodborne, simply because just like Neo, it's fast. You get in, you get out, you learn the techniques, you learn the combat ability of the bosses, of the enemies. You just run through that shit. Like it doesn't really take that long.
I've died 253 times in Neo.
God, 253.
Wow, I think I've died like 5-6 times.
Get out of
And it was
Yeah, but
most of the times it was me rolling off of the edge because like, oops,
I
forgot
definitely
that
can.
ran
I
that way.
can definitely say I've put in a lot more effort into you. I can look at how much you've been playing Neo right now and probably say you haven't even beaten like Umi Buzo yet. Umi
Okay.
Bozo.
Oh yeah. That stage is a little annoying.
So Chris, you're playing too,
Extremely annoying.
Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Hold
yeah.
on. You
In between playing Yakuza 0, I've been also doing a little Neo.
Okay, I'm playing Yakuza 0 too. That's why
Yakuza
I'm
0 is awesome.
Yes, it is.
But Neo's better.
All right,
No, I
since
won't
we're talking
say
about
that.
I want everybody tell me what games they're playing right now. I
Just Neo.
can start it. I can start it off. I'm playing Yakuza 0, and I'm playing Rocket League. I just started back playing Rocket League,
God damn,
and
there
I
it
just
is.
started back Titanfall 2.
What?
Yes, I just jumped back on Titanfall 2.
I mean, I can see it, but god damn.
Deep lettuce. No, I'm playing Neo and Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 for the Road to Boruto, but I haven't played that in like 2 days.
Wow, dude. The road to Boruto. All right. I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm a fucking pro at that shit. Like
Naruto,
man.
I
Oh,
would
absolutely.
dominate you.
Negative.
Do you play on PS4?
Who's your main? Who's your main?
It's Sasuke. And Sasuke and Danzo.
Sasuke, which one?
Kidding.
Get the fuck out of here. Nope. Negative. Domination. I could definitely own your ass.
Okay. Whatever you say, man.
Hey, let's live stream this.
All right.
Well,
let's do it.
I play on Xbox. He plays on PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
But we can come together and like local play. What's up?
Yeah.
All right,
Can
man.
do
All
that.
right. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. I
When are
want
you
to see
trying to do
that.
this? Let,
All right, so I have a. We'll talk about that offline. We'll talk about it.
no, 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 no. Say
No,
it
we
out
gotta make
loud.
this live. We gotta
Say
make it
it loud,
live.
loud.
Yeah, make it
Don't back
live.
out now. No.
Oh my God, are you guys
I
serious?
don't want to hear all that stuttering and whatnot.
Oh my god.
Well, the main thing I was trying to say is
Pick a time and date.
recording software I have can bring to your place. We can discuss that later time.
All
right, is that caveman enough for you? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna play. God damn it. Like, I'm gonna play.
Why you mad, dog?
Like, I want to make sure that like we got the specifics because I want to make sure that recording of me whooping your ass is like legit HD. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta make sure that's at least a 1080p.
Exactly, 1080p. Yo ass getting whooped. I want that recorded.
Wait, he gotta fix his computer first.
Oh.
And there it is.
Okay, so
what are you playing, Lewis?
I have been taking I play Neo, and if I get frustrated and I need a break from Neo, which usually is like every mission, like couple missions or so, I'll take a break. I'll switch to Yakuza 0, and if I really feel like it, I'll switch to Tales of Berseria. So it's kind of been those three games for the most part. I need to get back on my Xbox and check out the Project Cars that I got for free this month, but that's kind of like something I can do later on. So it's basically been just those. It's been that rotation for the most part. So,
all right, Randy, what you been playing?
All right, so obviously I've been playing Neo, running through that shit like it's nothing.
I'm way further in the game than you.
What?
What's the last boss you've beaten?
Let's chill this down. Let him finish his thing and then do the smack talk.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk that shit later. Anyway, so playing Neo, running through it like it's nothing. But I'm having a good time. Like, it's a really good game. There's a lot of like customization. There's a lot of options, especially with like the armor, the way the blacksmithing works, and then like being able to. Well, it doesn't matter. Long story short is I'm having a really good time with it. And I'm also playing for fucking honor. Fuck all the haters. I don't give a shit. For honor, for the win.
Honestly,
that shit is fun.
I actually was going to pick it up, but they were sold out. I actually went to Exchange. I was going to pick it up. I could have bought it the first day. I had it in my hand. I was like, I don't know if anybody else playing, but if you're playing it, where are you playing it on?
Right now I'm playing it on PC. Also, Disbang is playing on PC.
Okay, so I might pick it up there. I didn't know what people were playing on because I told you my struggle was trying to play it online on PC and it was broken.
Yeah. So like it's not broken now. I played like both betas, like the beta on PS4 and PC. Like I got the PC version later, but it's actually legit now. Like it's kind of frustrating almost because like I'm playing against people that like don't know how to play the game and I'm just running through shit. But anyway, it's a really good game. The combat system is solid in my opinion. I will say Dominion mode is a bunch of garbage. It's literally just a fucking smorgasbord of fuck yourself. Like it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. But every other battle mode is on point, and that's where all the players are playing at. So in the future.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up then. Probably download it tonight. All right. Michael, what are you playing?
Neo, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Final Fantasy 15.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You're still playing 2.8?
Not really, but I still have it. I know I should probably try and finish it, but I'm in no hurry.
I still have Crash Bandicoot freaking Wrath of Cortex. I'm not playing that shit. What are you playing right now? What are you playing right now?
Jesus Christ! You don't really have that game. I know
I absolutely do. I have the
No,
case and everything. Like literally, it's
You're-
all, dude. Like I played the shit out of that game. If I put it
Send
into,
nudes.
literally, if
nudes.
I put it into a PlayStation 1 right now, the disc is unreadable. Like the bottom of the disc is nothing. Like it's literal sand. But I still have it because I played the shit out of it because it was my shit back in the day.
Oh
I'm
my
thinking about
dude.
picking up that Big Rigs game. What do you guys think?
Big rigs.
No,
The
do
fuck?
Farm Simulator instead.
Oh, really? That one looks really cool too.
So who's letting me get that 2.8 since I can't get it nowhere? Sold
What do you
out.
mean? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What? Kingdom Hearts 2.8 got sold out?
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was popular as fuck.
I was trying to buy that too, and it sold out. 400.
I was gonna get that, but instead I'm just gonna wait for the 1.5 and the 2.5 remake.
Well, I guess I got lucky because I picked mine up at the Next, and I opened it up, and I was like, you know what, I'll get around to playing this, and so it's just on my shelf now.
Yesterday I was at the Next yesterday, and they had 3 copies left on shelf.
Do you want the pin that came with mine? Because I don't want that.
I got the pin from Amazon though, and I'm just gonna hold on to it. But yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, like 2.8. So like, all right. So who's literally interested? Like, do you really want to hear my review of this real quick?
No, I don't.
No, because I'm just like, I already know I'm gonna play it, man. It's on the backlog.
Piece of shit.
That's one of my backlogs. I'm
Oh,
trying
I'm
to
sorry.
finish
I
as
could
many
see
games as I can
Zero.
until
Hold on.
Zero Dawn come out.
Hall in the Navy is playing
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, I'm very interested in playing that game. I told you I never played one, but 2.8 looks pretty interesting.
There it is.
I told you when those games came out, like Kingdom Hearts, the freaking what was the other Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank, when those games came out,
Jack and Daxter.
yeah,
Dude,
Jack
Ratchet
and
and
Daxter,
Clank
all
was
that.
awesome.
When all that crap came out, I was already old. I was in my 20s.
Crap.
Yes, I was in my 20s. I was like, I'm not playing kiddie games. But now that I'm a little bit older, I got my own kids now. I'm like, hey, these would be cool to play in front of kids instead of.
Get the fuck out of here.
It would.
Get the fuck out of here. Jack and Daxter is legend. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it's not blood though.
No, you don't need blood to have a good story, to have a good game. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Like,
my mentality at that time was bloody games like Grand Theft Auto.
So the
Grand
funny
Theft Auto
thing is,
was just
cool.
Go ahead.
Let me get in on this. The funny thing is that Jack 2 is like Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly.
But it's no blood.
There's no blood, but you still have guns and you're still shooting people.
Exactly. It doesn't need to be guns. You literally could just roll around, steal people's shit, kill people, and just roll on like you. And then you have like Dark Jack. Dark Jack doesn't give a fuck.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like man, you.
Dark Jack's a badass. No, he's not.
No, Dark Jack is definitely a badass.
All I gotta say, they on my PS3 now because I got them, but I probably would never get back to them. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and play 2.8 at least.
You know what? It's all right. I get it.
At least
You
he's
know
putting
what?
time in.
No. Don't even worry about 2.8.
Hey,
don't worry about that.
Can you give me credit for getting Ratchet and Clank?
Yes,
I beat that
yes.
one. Give me some
All
credit.
right. I'll give you props for that.
I'm happy you picked that up because like that's what I loved. Like what I loved about Ratchet and Clank is those weapons. Like those weapons
Absolutely.
are freaking insane. They're great.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Remake Destroy All Humans.
Oh, Destroy All Humans is my shit, bro. Like
They just remastered the first one, I think.
Yeah, I got it for PC, but I don't really play it anymore. But I really had a good time when I played it back in the day.
Yeah, Destroy All Humans was dope. The anal prober, you just come in and just blow people's brains out with a butt gun.
Okay, so interesting a path you took on that one. I was definitely gonna
Anyway.
I was definitely gonna say something along the lines of like like taking over the world type stuff, But
Oh,
you went
right.
anal probe and
I went straight to butt guns, dog.
All right. What's the next
Anyway.
topic?
All right, so I'm way out of order. So the next one, we're just gonna talk about Rocket League as I was talking about it. That's right now. That's my number one multiplayer game. It's Rocket League. So it's getting a PS4 Pro patch coming on February 21st. Not just for PS4 Pro, but also for the regular PS4. So it'd be 4K at 60 frames on a PS4 Pro, and it'd be 1080p 60 frames for the standard.
wow.
So I'm definitely, as I told you, Randy, that's 65-inch 8000 series Samsung is the truth. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah, no.
I am loving TVs again. I did not think I would like playing on a TV again.
We didn't already talked about like me coming over to like hang out and do things. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
definitely, I gotta see
things.
it from like to play video games, watch
Oh.
TV, just to experience that 4K. What do you know about that, Chris? What do you know about that on that Xbox? What do you know about that?
I have a 4K TV.
yeah, but you got nothing to go with it though. But you got the Scorpio though. Got the Scorpio. So
I got the Scorpio coming. I
Yeah.
have Netflix. I watch 4K movies and stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. Look at you. You're doing so many great things.
Why are you
watching
guys bullying me?
all right. So yeah,
Well,
Didn't the Navy teach you not to hate people?
It's really starting to sound familiar, Paul.
Hey, shut up. All you gotta say is catch me outside. How about that?
And I will do not, please. Oh God, I hate
That's all
you.
you gotta say.
Can we move on?
That's only
Yeah.
funny to old people.
Oh yeah, forgot. I'm also playing Project Diva Future Tones. F you guys. I like rhythm
What
games.
game?
Future Tones.
Future
Oh, okay.
Tones.
All right.
yeah.
I kind of feel like have you guys played like a Frequency or Amplitude or any of those games, like the rhythm games where like you make the beat as you go type, like Guitar Hero types?
I get motion sickness. I can do like I told you, I used to play rock band. So I play those, but I play the drums. That's the only type of rhythm games I play.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing. Just
No,
Hot
those
Tsunami.
games, like those lights keep flashing, I get motion sickness from that.
Oh, okay.
I cannot play that. Like
Speaking
that velocity.
speaking
You ever
of,
tried playing that?
music and rhythm games, I forgot I've been playing Taiko Drum Master on my Vita
Damn straight.
because that game's awesome.
Hey, does karaoke count on the Yakuza 0?
Yes.
nope. Get the fuck out of here. No.
Dude, have
No.
you seen the karaoke in Yakuza 0?
I mean, it's
have
very
you seen,
similar.
have
but
you
no.
seen?
Dude, like you have to admit, like any other actual rhythm game, it's way more difficult, especially at the higher levels.
Have you seen the karaoke in Yakuza 0?
Hey, some of those songs in Yakuza 0 are pretty
Or
hard.
even the dancing in Yakuza 0.
Oh,
That's
the dance is even worse.
I have a
talent.
I have a game on like my phone right now, literally right now, that is more difficult than those games. I could honestly.
You know what's gonna happen, Pool? You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to come over. I'm gonna put up the Yakuza 0. We're gonna have you do some karaoke. I'm gonna sit you down and I'm gonna be like, do it. And I'll record it or whatever, and then when you do terrible, you can just eat those words.
All right, if I do terrible, I'll eat that L. You know what I mean? I'll bake that one loaf of bread, and I'll eat it.
Like,
But I can guarantee you right now
What is
that like it's
on
not
here,
that
man?
bad. It is
I'm not saying
that serious.
I'm not saying it's terribly difficult. I'm just saying that it is a rhythm game, and you can easily mess up in it.
Yeah, it does have. It is kind of. It's not really a whole lot difficult, but it is challenging.
If you don't know it, you'll fuck up on it. But it's literally, I can guarantee, before half of the song is done, I'll have the rhythm down. I'll understand how the mechanics work, and you can essentially call me the gaming god on that shit. Like I play rhythm.
So you can play drums too?
Yes, I can play drums
On Rock Band.
On Rock Band. No. That's a different story. I thought like literal drums.
Hey, I was about to challenge you, man. I'm telling you, I told you how I used to be. That was my first gaming channel. It was all Rock Band.
I can't
YouTube
do that.
fucking shut me down.
Yo, but like on some Guitar Hero though, you can catch me outside on that shit.
Yeah, I can't do no guitar. Forget that.
Like me and friends were like literally going hardcore on hardest difficulty. I was literally the weakest. I was the weakest link, but I'm not gonna lie, I was the weakest link. But at the same time, I'm saying like that's what it was.
Literally, that's how it was.
Got it. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So speaking of Xbox, I thought there was a pretty interesting article. So Xbox X says 2017 is one of the most exciting years ever for Xbox. So, Chris, since you're the Xbox guy here,
yeah.
Can you explain it? So, what I have that's been announced that's supposed to be coming out, you have Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, and Halo Wars 2.
Hold on. The only way that this will actually matter is if they do Half-Life 3, Xbox exclusive, baby. There it is.
And that's not happening.
Half-Life 3 confirmed. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Can you please explain that, how this is the most exciting year?
So far, Xbox has disappointed with the
That's fucking sad already. That is the worst way to start something, man.
Yeah.
with the cancellation
It's a little bit
Skill.
better than what? God damn it, dude. This is fucking. I don't want to listen to it.
It's disappointing because of the cancellation of Scalebound. In my personal opinion, that was the game I was looking forward to. But one game that is like has a huge fan base is Crackdown 3, simply because you can destroy anything.
Crackdown 2 didn't even sell that much. How is that how is that like one of the juggernauts?
Well, there's a lot of people looking forward to the game.
I don't think so. I think only the hardcore fans are looking for that game.
But what he was saying is, like, there are a lot of things that still haven't been announced that Xbox is planning on doing. So I am excited to see what they have coming. But right now, that lineup is still subpar because, like, their partnership with Platinum Games with Scale, that was what I was looking forward to. But now I just have to play Nier Automata on the PS4. Looks like
Chris.
PS4 is getting my fucking,
Hey,
Damn.
Chris. There's a whole bunch of games in this world that haven't been announced that I am totally looking forward to. I don't know their names yet, but, someday they'll probably get released. But I am so excited for those. Do you know how fucking stupid that fucking sounds right now?
Hey, no,
Jesus Christ, man.
Got him.
I never saw any of that, you cunt! Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry. I've been doing this for like the last, I don't even know how long we've been at.
Hey.
Here. To piggyback on that, I mean, I'm looking forward to the next Star Tropics game that's never going to happen, and the next Hero that Nintendo's never going to make.
I hate you all. I didn't say I'm looking forward to those goddamn games. He said that there's a bunch of games that haven't been announced yet. You goddamn genius.
Let's rein it all in.
But this is the thing. I don't want this to become a pony podcast. Some people would say we the pony podcast. So let's chill a little bit. Let's chill.
What is
get back to
Yo,
it.
pony?
Yo. on some real shit though. The Nintendo Switch coming out right now. Exclusives in comparison to Xbox 2017.
Yeah,
The fact that I can compare the Switch to the Xbox should let you know right now, off the fucking bat.
Hey, get off Xbox dick. I've been an Xbox fan. That was a goddamn kid. How dare you? How fucking dare you disrespect Pete Hines and Xbox? I hate you all. I want to call my mom.
Can't rotate cube.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck,
man.
All right.
See,
Next
Thanks,
topic.
Obama.
if they
Next-
message,
next-
man, I'm
God damn it! Next
like,
topic.
you got people that's complaining and saying like Sony's announcing a game that's like being developed in like for 3-4 years from now. But that's the thing, they have people talking about the games. I don't understand the logic in that.
So I kind of understand because a lot of people in the gaming community, like sometimes sometimes I'm that way, sometimes I'm impatient. Like a lot of people prefer to find out about a game and then within a year actually get it. Because when you're putting it out and then it becomes a Last Guardian or
Kingdom Hearts.
No,
So-
I'm going crazier on this. A StarCraft Ghost
Oh
or
shit!
a Duke Nukem Forever.
Canceled.
You know, no, StarCraft Ghost was never canceled. It was just postponed indefinitely.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was the official release from Blizzard.
Postponed indefinitely.
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
All right, yeah, because Blizzard does that shit. But so a lot of people prefer to get it and then like get the game within that shorter amount of time of maybe a year or so, because you run this weird gambit of if you announce the game early, you know, and you aren't exactly giving updates, people forget about it, or even if you are giving updates and they don't look good, you start getting bad press off of it. You know, so it's this really
Mighty number 9.
All right, sure, man, whatever.
He said, "Shut your bitch ass up."
God damn.
So it's this weird thing where like major publishers, studios, and developers have to be careful as to when they actually do these announcements. And so some of the games that Sony might go and put out and it won't be coming out, like the whole Shenmue thing. Like when they said, "Oh yeah, here's this guy. He's the creator of Shenmue, and all he is doing is he's announcing a Kickstarter." Like at the time, everybody was super hyped. I was super hyped. I was like, "Oh shit, there's a Shenmue 3."
I can't wait for it.
And then it was, "Oh, it's a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3." And then I was like, "Wait, Sony just did a Kickstarter for this?" So Sony isn't actually helping make Shenmue 3. They just trying to help get money to Shenmue 3, and then we still have to wait for this. So it was this. So I have no idea when that's even supposed to be coming out, if it's going to actually come out, or
It's
if it's
supposed
going
to be coming out this year, actually, isn't it?
Dude, like I have no idea. When it's
so
coming out.
that's one of those things that might become
I definitely
said
agree
earlier
with
a
you.
Mighty Number 9. You know?
I understand where you're coming from. Like, it's very annoying. Like, so in the instance of Kingdom Hearts 3 specifically,
Oh yeah, that
Final
game that's been
Fantasy.
trying
Yeah,
to come for forever.
Yeah.
Final
It'll
Fantasy 15 and
But one
Yeah.
Mighty Number 9 kickstarted.
Mighty
Yes.
Number 9 was kickstarted.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's why I have hope for Shen. And I was gonna get a little bit into that. That's why I have hopes for Shenmue 3. So like,
You better have hopes for it because I fucking put money into it.
why do I have to have hopes for your money? Like, what
Because I want to
happened?
have hopes for it.
All
I put
right.
over $100 into that Kickstarter.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, I did put some money into it too. just to support the cause, like the idea of it. Like I was like, yeah, I'm down. But
I
like
didn't.
I have
So,
more faith.
so I got a question for you, Tony. Are you getting consistent updates from Shenmue 3 developers?
I was for like the first 6 months. I was
And
getting
that it just went
updates for
quiet?
like now it's like every 3 months I get an update.
Okay, so they are still sending something out?
Yeah, they still saying like they bring updates like, hey, we're still working on the game, or hey, we just got done with the script, or hey, we just got done with some models for the characters.
Because
So yeah, they get constant updates.
I backed Bloodstained, and I think they're on at least they number their updates. They gave me they number them all, and I think it's up to either 49 or 50 something as far as the amount of updates that they've given since the Kickstarter was successful. So
Okay.
Yo, I definitely feel some pain for those that have like kickstarted Star Citizen and the game is not fully released yet.
oh yeah, that's still in what the hell?
All right.
By Chris peeing.
I muted him. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
That's still in what, like, early access or something for some people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you literally, so like in order to play the game, you have to pay for a ship, right? This ship. What the
He
fuck? Who is
muted
that?
himself to flush the toilet.
I thought I muted myself. I unmuted me. I'm sorry.
I don't even know why I'm here anymore.
God damn it! I'm sorry.
Obviously, we're all here to listen to Chris.
Right
flush
now, Long,
toilets.
you're here to know that you are a better person right now for not having us listen to you.
That's pretty comforting.
Say it
All
loud.
right. All right, go ahead, finish.
I'm black and I'm proud.
All right, so like you have to pay for a ship, or at least way back when. Like I'd say like 3.5 years ago. Star Citizen was at the state where literally in order to play and actually play, like actually enjoy the gameplay, you had to pay for a ship. A ship that if destroyed was gone forever.
So like
The
EVE
ch-
Online.
Yeah, it was like EVE Online, except EVE Online, at least you could like get in-game currency to make something happen. In
Oh
this
yeah, because
game,
you had insurance and stuff.
yeah, in this game, like you had to pay for insurance, and it only lasted for a certain amount of times your ship got destroyed. That was when I first started like trying to fuck with this game, right? Like I was looking into the details. One of my friends was like, "It's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, we got this huge, fleet and all this, blah blah blah. And you can be like a member of it, blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I look at it. I'm like, "All right, the cheapest ship is like $20 with no insurance. So I got to pay $20 just to play for one session where my ship is probably going to get destroyed, and I have to pay again to jump back into it. $20. That's my initial interaction with it, Star Citizen. Nowadays, it's a lot different. Well, not really. You still have to pay for pretty much everything, but nowadays it's a lot more polished. There's a lot more gameplay elements. There's like a first person shooter element, cover based, whatever, not blah blah blah. But like yeah. One of my friends, like I was talking to him recently about this. He was just like, "Yeah, man, I know No Man's Sky was a bunch of garbage, but I'm really looking for Star Citizen. I want to see it come to Xbox. La la la, ha ha ha, farty farty fart bullshit. That's never gonna happen." But yeah, I'm looking for Star Citizen to come to Xbox, and I want to play it. I'm looking forward to the idea of the exploration and the open galaxy universe type shit. I'm just like, bro, like, no. You're wasting your time. By the time that shit comes out, like, it's gonna be, if it's not already pay to win, which it is, literally, you have to pay to win, literally. if by the time it becomes like serialized for everybody, like if it's not pay to win, then it's definitely going to become a pay to win game because they literally already built like the foundations for pay to win. In order to get the best ships, you have to pay for them, whether it's in-game money or otherwise. In order to get really good in-game money, you need to complete certain quests that weren't developed when I first started. So you have to play those quests now, which means you have to have good ships now, which you have to compare against people that, like, I could go on for days. Long story short is I really wanted Star Citizen to be something great, and I put money into it. Kickstarter, all that, blah blah blah, whatever. Not like Kickstarter, like the entire idea of Kickstarter is cool, but like unless it's somebody that you can trust and they're putting out something that's worthwhile, I really don't feel that it's worth the money that you spend.
All right, so speaking of Kickstarter, so I just logged into my Kickstarter. So right now I have 2 Kickstarters that's still going on. So you have not Leaps and Bounds. What I'm talking about, Pray for the Guys. You guys remember we talked about that before?
Yep.
So I have that kickstarted, and there's been 31 updates. Last update was February 18th, which was yesterday. And then I have Shimu 3, which the last update was December 15th when they showed actual screenshots of the game. And gave us the campaign and progress update. So it's been 3 months, so I'm waiting for another update. Hopefully another this month or next month coming up.
Yeah.
So there was only been one Kickstarter that I did, and it actually was canceled, so I didn't actually pledge any money, and that was Grip. I don't know if you guys remember Grip.
Yeah,
that was kickstarted. So they didn't get enough money to make the game. So the way Kickstarter works is whatever money you say that you need to raise, it has to get to that amount. Yeah. Now, what can happen is that once they get the money that they pledge amount that they want, they can actually take that money and not make the game. They can just take the money and take it and decide, like, hey, we're gonna cancel this project, and they get all the money.
On a bunch of other Kickstarters before, like just taken, like, because they actually don't have to do all those incentives for you.
Exactly.
Didn't Peter Molyneux do that?
Peter Molyneux does a bunch of shady shit. We'll just leave it at that. Peter Molyneux does a bunch of shady shit. How about that?
Yeah, I know it was like 3 or 4 months. No, it was actually longer than that. About 6 months ago, somebody did that on Kickstarter. Well, they took up like $1 million or something. It was a crazy number. They took the money, and it's like, all right, I'm not working on this project no more. And just took the money.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you were saying, Randy, you do have to like go with people that you know that you really think is going to like actually like work out. The only reason why I even did Pray for the Guys, not because I liked what I saw, but because he had offers from Sony and Microsoft. So that's the only reason why.
Yep.
Like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead. And I didn't pledge it, but it was only $15. I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and pledge since there's actually like people contacting this guy saying, hey, let's work on this project.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna hit Steam first before it hits anything else anyway.
More than likely. And that's why, like, for Shenmue, like, they displayed that openly at E3.
Yeah.
As like a big thing.
Exactly.
Like, if you fuck that up, you're fucked.
Yeah,
like,
if he does not,
you're done.
If he's like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do this game no more. That dude,
and just run away with the money, like, yeah, no,
he's
you're done for.
Like, no, like I don't see him doing that. It's more like it could just end up being where ambitions end up becoming bigger than what you're capable of, you know.
Dude, they made fucking Yakuza 0. They made fucking Yakuza 0.
Yeah,
I mean, enough said.
yeah.
Like,
Sega made Yakuza 0.
yes, yes. And what I'm trying to say is, it's like
But they can't make a
Shenmue
good
is
kind of game.
a different but a similar game, and
Oh,
the
no,
idea.
Yeah, it does have a lot of similarities to Shenmue. I'm expecting Shenmue 3 to be not a clone of Yakuza 0, but kind of like the battle system and like all the like side missions about the same.
Yeah, it's just not Japan but China, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if they could come out with Yakuza 0, Shenmue 3 should be a thing, and it shouldn't
Well,
take 8,
well, it's not
9,
Sega
10
that's
years.
working on it.
I know it's not like the same company, but the idea behind it is like, you should be able to come out with something, especially if you represented yourself at E3 in front of everybody with multiple companies. Like,
Well, if you don't, do you remember after E3 when they's like, who's going to be the is a director? There's like, hey, the director from Shenmue 2 is going to be the director for Shenmue 3, and then they did an interview, and the guy's like, oh, I didn't know I was going to be the Shenmue 3 until they announced it. I don't know if you
wow,
remember that.
I
Yeah,
don't
That's
remember that.
It's not the first time that something like that has happened. Like, what was it? One of the times for one of their Super Smash Brothers games, they had announced Super Smash Brothers and then asked the creator if he would work on it because like Masahiro Sakurai had actually like made his own separate company and was going to be doing some other things, and Nintendo said that they were going to be making a new Smash Brothers, and then a little later they actually asked him if he would work on the new Smash Brothers that they wanted, you know. And so then, like, I assume part of that deal, they made it so that he could then make, because I think he did the Kid Icarus Uprising game on the 3DS. So, like, there was like a little bit of teamwork with this, like, separate developer company that he was a part of for that. But it's a little similar on that, where they just were then like, oh, hey, could you do this? We just announced this game. Could you be at the head of this?
Yeah.
all right. So I just want to talk about. I wish Baker was here so he can defend this. Because I'm just wondering, because I don't know if you guys knew about Overwatch. There was a leaked video in China uh, about a new game mode called Capture the Flag. And a lot of the guys were like, Blizzard fans were like, oh, yay, there's going to be a Capture the Flag. And I'm wondering if the guys like, shouldn't this been in the game in the first place? Like, why are people like so happy? And why does Blizzard get a pass for this? If there was any other like anybody else, any other company did this, they would get in trouble. They would a lot of stuff would be said about them.
Dude, when Overwatch first came out, they had like 3 maps, 4 maps, and then like 8 characters or whatever, 10 characters. And that was it. And 2 modes to play on those maps. Like,
Yeah, but why should they get a pass for having lack of content?
they shouldn't get a pass. They should not get a pass. But it's because it's Blizzard. You're going to have people that automatically jump on the train. You know what I mean? Like, Counter-Strike, like, earned its shit. You know, a lot of people played it. It became a mainstream thing. And it's even now, to this day, like, it's an actual event. Like, it's an actual, like, competitive thing to watch. You know,
Yeah.
Overwatch just kind of like, it happened because Blizzard made something good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the game is fun. It's very technical. Like, depending on how you play it, depending on who you're playing with, what characters you choose, like, there's a lot of variety in there, even for the simplicity of it. But it's just the simple fact that, like, that's literally all it is. Like, it's there to be a competitive game. It's not there to be like, hey, watch the story. You know, that's what like all the the trailers are for and all that shit for each
Yeah,
character.
I don't mind that it being because I had no problem with Titanfall being a multiplayer only game. But the thing is, what people grabbed about Titanfall was like, hey, there's not enough Titans. There's not a lot of difference in the mounts. Everything seems the same. So why did they get so much backlash? Where
the thing is it's like in Titanfall, like you are every single character on your team is Call of Duty, bro. Right? You're all Call of Duty, bro. And you have variations of Call of Duty, bro.
Nah, I couldn't say that because I played on PC. I can't say that.
Like, as far as I could tell, like for PC and for PS4, you all are Call of Duty, bro. Like, no matter what. Like, and I played Call of Duty for PC and on PS4. The recent ones, like Black Ops 3 and all that shit. Like, you're all Call of Duty, bro. Right? And Overwatch, each character has an individual skill. Those skills can alter the entire way the game works. Like, based off of your skill. So it's a skill-based game. It's not like, hey, we're all the same. You know, who has the quicker shot, the better reaction time, blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, if you implement your skills in Overwatch in a certain way to capitalize on what's happening in the game, like, it can make a difference. And that's why people play it, because like the competitive edge of like, do you know what, like, strategically, do you know how to play your character in conjunction with everyone else? And I understand why it's popular. Why did it get a pass? Because Blizzard. Straight up. There's no doubt about it. Like, right off the bat, like, if it wasn't a Blizzard title, like, literally, if they were just like, hey, Guerrilla Games is coming out with this new, multiplayer shooter game with no story and, limited characters and like 2 maps and like blah, like, nobody would have gave a shit. They would have been like, what the fuck? Who cares?
Honestly, if they would put EA on that title on Overwatch, I think people would hate that game.
Yeah. And if they had said, hey, Ubisoft is coming out with a new first person.
Oh,
yeah. No. It would have died immediately. Like, dead on arrival, literally. It would have released no sales, like, no love. But it's because it's Blizzard. And I'm not going to lie, Blizzard is known for coming out with quality content. Their content is never bullshit. I mean, they literally don't have to work on anything else. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, because when they feel like it's not good enough, that's when they postpone it indefinitely.
Well, I mean, other than that.
That's what they've done it to a couple of different games. Like, there were other ones that they, like, way early on, back when Warcraft, before World of Warcraft, I think it was like Warcraft, maybe Warcraft 2, they were going to be doing a adventure game. It's set in like the Warcraft universe. That thing actually got canceled, if I remember correctly, because it wasn't up to what they wanted, and that sort of thing. But I'm sure there are plenty of other ones that they haven't even like let us know about that they were working on, that they just canceled. So
nah, because I can put it like, look at Square Enix, like with Final Fantasy, like they're trying to do something great, cool, awesome, great. They come out with so many RPGs, like they literally don't have to really think about it. They can come out with an RPG that had, like, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, they could literally have only the Midgar section from Final Fantasy VII, like the original. Only the Midgar section, the remake, sell it as a $60 game, and I bet money it'll be like, holy shit, this game sold out like everywhere. Nobody can get it, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's going to be one of those things just because the name, the brand. Like, Blizzard, like, they know for a fact, better than a lot of companies, like, yo, I probably shouldn't put this game out because it's not going to be the best and the way that I can represent it marketably. You know what I mean? So let me do something different. World of Warcraft came out, massive success, which is why, like, billions of years later, still making billions of dollars. Like, people subscribing to the shit for multiple years just to level up some character, playing a game, a storyline that they've already played in the previous times. Like, it's really simple, but it works well. Why? Because the quality of the content. There's a lot of content. A lot of games nowadays don't have the content. That's the biggest thing. Like,
Oh man, like you like using that word.
what content?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like, looking at Neo, right? So, like, Neo
content.
is awesome, and
Sorry,
there's a lot of
I'm
content.
I'm just, it's for me, especially like when you start like watching so many press conferences, that word gets used so often and it doesn't actually describe anything. You
I
know,
can like
because what you consider content, somebody else doesn't exactly consider to be full content, because it's engaging for you, but it might not be engaging for that other person. You know?
I don't
So
know. I definitely feel where you're coming from.
like I hear that word and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh. That's all.
It's literally the best way I can describe it. I don't know how to like say like,
I
hey,
did.
there's a lot of things you can do, and there's various ways you can approach it. However, there's limitations to, like, literally that's the definition of content nowadays in
So
gaming. Like, there's a good content.
so like for you like having uh branching paths as far as how you can approach certain problems or situations, right?
I mean, I guess that's fair. Like, you
Because
can do the same thing with,
that was basically what you had said.
yes, essentially, yes.
But see, that also, like, that gives a better description as to what specifically you like and what you're meaning than saying content.
I was kind of generalizing. I don't know.
No, I understand. It's just like, so as we get closer to E3, and if anything, I want you to go back, and I want you to go back and watch some earlier press conferences that have already happened. And when they're talking and up on stage, I want you to see how many times they say content, and if they actually have anything to give you an idea of what the hell they're talking about.
Yo, that's definitely like a pet peeve of like the professionals, the people with the money and shit. I'm just like Joe Schmo over here talking real shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, so what do you guys feel about they allowing public to join E3 now?
Garbage.
I think it's a weird idea, honestly, because there's gonna be a bunch of people in there trolling and whatnot now.
As somebody who's never gone, sure, man, whatever. That makes it so that I'd actually be able to go if I ever was in the area.
See,
So,
Garbage.
I have a love-hate relationship with it. So what I like about it is like people like general like people like us really who have no chance, like very hard chance of getting there as media or even as YouTubers, like trying to make it. It's kind of hard for us to like make it over the guys who's been established, been in the game for a long time. So it's a kind of good thing that you can be in there. But the bad thing is, and what I hope they change is that I think there should be like maybe like first 2 days where it's just media, kind of like they do it here at TGS, where
Yeah. Yeah.
they have the first day, which is media, and then the other 2 days are public. And I think they should do that. They're either making 1 day or 2 days where it's just media let them get their whatever they dare, because they there to work. They're not really there to play all the games. Most of their time is like doing interviews, and if you have time to play games, you do games.
See, dude, like, yeah, no, there needs to be a media only time frame, like a media only period, for multiple reasons. What's his name? Broken Games, BG, said it the best. Like, you need to be able to network. One, you need to be able to play the game, like spend some time with it, and then talk with other people that are on the same wavelength as you. Like, hey, I'm here to review games. I'm here to meet with new people, here to expand my channel, here to do this and that. Like, if you have like random Timmy John over here, 4 years old, that really wants to play Kingdom Hearts, and it's just like, hey, fuck it. Why not wait in line to play, Bloodborne? Like, no, like that's it's not fun. It's not like an intuitive experience. It's not going to be anything good for the majority. Overall, it's just going to be you standing in line waiting for a game, just like the non-media events for TGS.
That already happens at E3. There is a shit ton of standing in line at E3. Like,
exactly, just with like only media there.
Yeah.
Now you adding 15,000, got other people from the public. That's just gonna make the lines even longer and make
that's
it
what
even
I mean.
harder
Like,
for you to be there for your just to work.
It's like we said, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, so now I'd be able to go. Like, there was one thing at GameStop where I don't know if it was ever true, but it was rumored where GameStop would get you a ticket to E3 if you could pay for the flight over there and, like, your hotel and that sort of shit. I don't know if that was ever true because I never had enough money to even be able to bother trying to do that. So being able to go, it's kind of like one of those weird little things where, for me, I'm like, yeah, I'd love to go. That would be cool. It's kind of like the Mecca for gamers, like it is our it is our event of hype, from the press conferences
It's our
to
Super Bowl.
just the show floors. Like, I don't think I'd even stand in line for most of the games. I feel like I just walk around on the floors, just looking at all the different booths.
And you know what?
That's essentially what we did at TGS. Most of our time was just us walking around and just looking at like all the tech and stuff. Which is why this year I'm gonna do it for 2 days. I'm not gonna just do it for 1 day. I'll take that Monday off, take leave on that Monday, so I can actually take my time, actually be there to work, and not just to play games. So this is gonna be a business like trip where I'm gonna do more of getting with the indie developers, because I didn't do that last time. I didn't even know where the indie developers at. Michael actually one that pointed it out. So that's what my focus is going to be, is getting with these indie developers, networking with them, maybe get some review copies, stuff like that. So it's going to be more business than me just going there playing games.
So I totally agree with you guys saying where they should probably split it to making it have not every single day be open to the public. Yeah. Like, I kind of understand that. But it's just gonna be a growing pain with E3. Like, I remember when E3 broke itself up to E3 and then what was it, E for Everyone or something like that, where they tried to separate it into 2 separate things, where one was like public only, and then they made it so that every single company that wanted a press conference would have their own specific press conference, and that's how we got the infamous Konami press conference, along with a terrible Disney press conference and other things that happened. So it's just one of the growing pains that I feel is going to happen with it. So
I think but the thing is, they have PAX East, they have PAX West, they have what else they have? They have so many
PAX has nothing to do with E3. That's what Penny
know.
Arcade decided to do.
But E3 is supposed to be about networking. That's the main objective of E3 is let you know what all this technology that's out here, all these new games that's out here, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a job. Like people go there to work, not people really go there to like. You're gonna have fun. Like most people have fun, but your main job is to network with other guys and work and
Well, yeah.
do coverage.
So we've already seen part of this evolution go from like it still is a job, but they don't exactly fully focus on some of it anymore. Like the press conferences used to actually have and Sony was infamous for this, graphs. They would have graphs show up that would go and show their sales for the year and projected and this and that sort of thing. And as more and more people were able to actually view the press conferences, even if it was, later on a DVD or till it got to the point where like one television station would actually show it live where you could watch it. And that's when it started. And you started seeing more and more of them getting away from doing the graphs and making it more entertainment and making it more for trying to build up excitement. But it is still kind of a business, and that's where a lot of different media outlets actually have meetings set up. They have different times that they have to meet specific developers and that sort of developers and producers and production companies set out throughout that entire time of E3. And maybe they'll try to get in to go and play a game if they've got the time for it. But even with all of the press that is there, the not many can exactly get in on that. So
yeah, I did. I went ahead and sent my email off for the actual E3 event. I still have to do the one for the press briefing, where we'll have to send that out. But one day I'll not be lazy and send that out. Because I do plan on being in the States during that time.
Nice.
We want to see what happens. Fingers crossed. I'm almost at that 1,000. The 1,000 is like the go-to point where most people want to see you. So I'm over 700 now. We won't see. But we're going since we're talking about E3, so Microsoft decided to shift to Sundays now for E3 this year.
They're doing it super early?
So they're doing it at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, late.
Wow.
So
okay.
I think that's actually a good thing. What I'm concerned on is that going to be too much time for Sony to have, because they probably going to keep it on Monday night. I think that's going to give them enough time to switch up their conference, because Sony is known for this. Is when Microsoft has their conference, they change their conference up to match what Microsoft does. And I think that's too much time for Sony to come out with a better plan to downplay what Microsoft is doing.
You assume at this point that Sony needs to downplay anything.
Look, come on, Sony did it. E3 was it 2012, if you remember that, because I don't know if you read the rumors during that time and that was 2013, wasn't it? Or was that 2012?
Well,
when did they announce the PS4 and Xbox One?
Yeah.
Was that 13 or 12?
13.
13. Okay, 13. So if you remember 2013, when they were talking about all the DRM and all that, it was rumored. Yeah, it was rumored that PlayStation was going to do the same thing, but because they got so much backlash from that, they changed their approach at the last minute and changed their conference up.
Well, there's
so
there's still like there's stuff that Xbox can do that Sony can't. So, well, like it just depends on what they decide to flex on. As long as Xbox still kind of keeps their own, Sony's going to keep their own too, because Sony is in a position right now. It's in the higher position, the position of power. It's on the high ground. Whatever you want to use as an example of that. So they could, I guess you could say, try to rework their press conference, but it all depends on just reaction. Like, I still don't see Sony doing a true backwards compatibility, with their
Nah,
PS4.
nah. There's
So
too much money to be made with a PS now.
yeah,
That's gonna be a next subject too.
so okay.
So this is the thing. What I think Sony is doing, and I'm not afraid. Yes, PlayStation is my preferred console, but I feel like if you're a fan of a platform, you should be the one to speak negative about everything that goes with it. And I think it's in my right to say that. I think freaking Sony can be scumbag sometimes because I think they withhold some of the stuff that's coming out for the PlayStation, like the update. I don't know if you guys heard about 4.5 that's coming up, like with boost mode.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
You can
boost
use
mode.
external hard drive now. You can now use upload like screenshots for your background. And I'm like, this is stuff that should have been there. Stuff that's a lot of stuff that PS3 had. They took out. I think they took it out purposely because they knew people were going to ask for it. So they waited until people were like, hey, what's going on? We don't have no updates. Microsoft did all this stuff. Like they did it all at one time, and then Sony just did it just so they can like keep their name relevant. They're like, hey, by the way, we got this stuff coming up. And I think that kind of a scumbag move, but kind of a smart business move at the same time. It's just
I
something. This
agree
is
with you
how,
on that.
it's just how I thought about it. Maybe it's not true, but I do think they did all this for a purpose, just to keep their name relevant, which
I
is a
wouldn't.
smart business.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily to keep their name relevant, but more so that I mean, look at it look at the sales, look at the games. Like they don't really have to Sony. All right, so PlayStation 4 at least has good games consistently, right? Like quality games that you can get into, play, do whatever you want. Like Xbox, Microsoft, they don't really have that.
What
They don't.
you,
I
you're
don't want to. I
saying?
don't.
You're saying Microsoft doesn't have games that you can get into?
I'm saying that they don't have the same. All right. Let me reword
They don't
this
have newer
before.
games.
Let me
They still
reword
have
this.
games, definitely.
Nowadays.
Okay, like
Okay.
I'll give you their current lineup is not as striking as previous lineups.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Current
get it.
lineup is not as striking. I will agree with that. And that's my point. Like they don't have to flex. They don't have to be like, oh, we'll do all this, blah blah blah, whatever. Not like, hey, we got good games. You want to play games? That's why you buy a gaming console. You know what I mean? Like that's why you're not going to school, playing around, fucking reading books, doing this and that. Like you want to play games, we got games. Go. You
Wait,
know,
you
that's
it's
it.
either
It's
games
that
or
simple.
school. Pick one. Games or school.
All right, so first off, well, I'm not going to argue that with you over there, Xbot. I'm not going to argue that with you. But um, long story short is like they provide good games. Like they've been like consistent. Like, hey, we got this game coming out for PS. We got this game coming out for PS. You know what I mean? Like, look at the lineup for 2017. Like, they got so many exclusives. Not even to mention the ones that are multi-plat. Like, they got games, and that's why you buy a gaming console. They don't really need to flex. I feel like Microsoft, especially with like the Xbox One, they were trying to do a lot more, that people weren't really interested in. They wanted better games, more games, higher
Yeah, it
quality
was marketed as
games.
a home entertainment console,
Yeah,
not a
and like,
gaming console.
But
and that's the thing. Like
that's what I was saying, because when they said that, when they announced like, "Hey, this is a entertainment box," PlayStation, if you remember when they did their cover, it's like, "Oh, this is a home console," and they emphasize this is a gaming console. They emphasize. Then you remember the that commercial they made, like, this is how you share a game, and they handed it off to the other guy.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
they are known for doing this, which I said it's a good, if you're in the business, it's a very good business move. But I think Microsoft
yeah.
is shooting themselves in the foot with this.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when they, so like I watch both conferences, and I watch like people's reactions too, and so on and so forth. But like, dude, like straight up, none of us can lie on this point. Like when Xbox was saying like, "Hey, we're doing this, we're doing that," blah blah blah, nobody was down for it. Everybody was just like, "Wait, hold on, what?" Like it was just kind of quiet.
Yeah,
PlayStation, right off the bat, was just like, "Hey, we got games. We're giving you games. You can play games." That was it. Like it wasn't even anything serious.
but come on, did you really think they was going to say that like at the beginning? At the beginning, they probably gonna put that in the middle of their conference. It was
No,
no
no,
way
no,
they was gonna start out with that.
no, no. Like I have faith. I'm not like a PlayStation fanboy or anything like that. Like I've been Xbox like through and through, at least previously. Like I
Mm,
didn't even have a PS3 until like shit. Right around the time PS4 was coming out. Freaking, I bought a PS3 to play Uncharted. Like that was it.
yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say there was no reason to have a PS3 if you had a 360.
exactly.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was 360 through and through. I had an Xbox One. I had a PlayStation 2 literally for like the exclusives at the point in time, but like I already had a PlayStation 2 because way back when, like the games I wanted to play was on PlayStation 2. I was like, all right, fine. It's cheap, get it, get in there, do my thing. Um, but like long story short, what I'm trying to say is like they've consistently been putting out games. And that's what the platform is for, games. They don't really need to flex that. The fact that they're trying to do extra stuff on top of it now is doing one of two things. First off, they're trying to actually implement things that fans want and give people the things that they need or that they feel they need to like expand the content of the platform itself. Two,
mm.
they're literally trying to buy time. Literally like, hey, all right, so we got a lot of games. We're doing games and stuff. That'll be relevant, irrelevant, whatever not. We're trying to get more out of it. And essentially doing what Xbox was doing originally, just with the sense that, like, hey, we have games as the primary, but now we have these extra features and you could do whatever and capitalizing on that fact. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So like the capability to like what you were saying, like screenshotting and like posting it to like your not posting it, but essentially like taking screenshots and then like having it as your background and all that stuff, like things that Xbox was already doing. Like nobody really cared about that because there was no games to back up like the relevance of being able to take those screen captures. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Halo this, blah, blah, blah. But like what else? Is there anything else that's relevant? Anything else that will make me want to do more with what I already have, which is playing games, like the console for playing games. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's nothing else. There was nothing else for Microsoft. But Sony with PlayStation was just like, hey, we got games. You want to play?
Hey, we got games. Hey, we got games. Are they drug dealers? Jeez. Got what you
And I
need,
mean,
dog. Got what you need.
I'm not saying it's not shady. I'm just saying, like, long story short, like when that Microsoft press conference came out and then the PlayStation one came out, like it's just like, hey, look, this is what it is. You cool? No bullshit. This is it.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, hey, well, I mean, like it seems legit. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know. I throw my $5 down, I get what I need. You know what I mean? Like, bam, it's there, right there. You know, I'll get my McDonald's, like I get my burger, I get my fries, I get my shake, whatever not, like bam, right there. It's all good. Right off the top. There's no bullshit. And then Microsoft was just like, hey, yeah, you know, like so we don't necessarily have the buns, but we do have some kind of meat. And then like there's ways that you can like use different forks to do stuff. And like no, people like, man, I don't give a fuck about that. I want to get full. You know? Like I want the content. I want to be
That was a
fulfilled.
dope ass metaphor, dog. I felt that shit in my heart, in my soul.
I mean, it was kind of like, it was kind of bullshit. But long story short, it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like,
I got them burgers. I got them buns. I got beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes.
All right, y'all ready to go to the next subject? Anybody got anything else to say about that?
No, let's move on.
All right, so we'll get this one out the way. Then we get to the last one. So Fallout 4 VR is still on the way. So we look at. They said it's gonna be the full game. I'm interested to see what that is. I still haven't beaten Fallout 4.
I beat Fallout 4, but the DLC was just not interesting me at all.
Mm.
Don't even feel bad about not finishing Fallout 4. It's all good, man. Like
Man,
I didn't finish it either because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of having to run and help you out at all of these little areas, even though like I tried to set up a defense. You know what? Screw this.
That's the only pet peeve I had was I spent more time building like trying to build my defense up. Like half of my time, like I put maybe like 50 hours into it. Half of it was building like defense for all my areas. And of course I lost my dog. I don't know where he went. He's somewhere.
I lost him too, but I found him, and I don't know where. Apparently, there's a doghouse somewhere in Sanctuary.
But that's Desm.
In all honesty, the Fallout game that I liked the most out of the ones on consoles was New Vegas. Like,
that's not a surprise, honestly.
See, I have that one. Somebody told me don't play that one. That's why I didn't play it.
Nah, New Vegas was the hotness. That was
I
good
started
stuff.
playing it. I was going to play that before I played Fallout 4. Because I never played any Fallout. So they say, it's like, oh, I started out with New Vegas. God. It's like, no, don't play that one. Play Fallout. Fallout 4. And then
Dude,
go back and play it.
Vegas was awesome.
I feel like, all right, so my 2 cents. Definitely, if you're going to play any Fallout, jumping into it, Fallout 3 is the definitive edition of Fallout. Like, that's literally where you
play
should
1 and 2?
Off. Yes, I did play 1 and 2.
Okay, because I'm just like, technically the definitive is 1 or 2, because afterwards, when Bethesda got it, it's not exactly a Fallout game. It's Elder Scrolls in the Fallout universe. Which is why I like New Vegas, is because some of the people who had worked on Fallout and Fallout 2, so a lot of the humor from Fallout and Fallout 2 was brought out in New Vegas.
That may be true. But
and Fallout 3 is a lot more somber.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's not like a happy-go-lucky, everything works out in the end, like, regardless of your decisions, whatever not. Like, I feel like New Vegas, like, it'll work out the way you want it to based off how you play. But Fallout 3 is pretty set in stone. Like, you can play it multiple ways, but, like, the idea of, like, you know, it's a post-apocalyptic, like, wasteland. Like, it's not going to be pretty no matter what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I that's the vibe that I got from it, at least. Like, when I played New Vegas, like, I felt like everything could work out if I played it a certain way and things were happy. You know, it was a happy ending.
You have to do some very specific stuff in New Vegas to make sure that happens.
Yes, yeah.
And it all depends on what you consider to be the happy ending, because at least 3 of them. Well, no, 2. We'll say 2. We'll say at least 2 of them could be considered happy endings.
At least the 2.
So,
All right. Uh, one of these days, hopefully, I'll be able to finish it. That's in my backlog.
The main problem was just the bugs. Like,
oh
depending
yeah,
on what platform,
Well, I
like
didn't
the
have.
some
I
of
bugs.
was
them,
playing on
some of them were
PC.
hilarious though, man.
I didn't have too many bugs.
I mean, yeah,
So,
like, well, I mean, I don't know, like playing like all the Elder Scrolls, playing all the Fallouts, like there was just like bugs. I was just like, wow, okay,
Oh well, Elder
relax.
Scrolls, yeah. Well, you already saw my video of that. That shit. Ugh.
I'm gonna say if you do play New Vegas, get the weird wilderness perk, like, cause that just makes it for me. Like you're just wandering around and then you find some like crazy ass shit. Like,
And that's yeah, I agree with that one. Like on for New Vegas especially, like yeah, it
like,
helps with the immersion, but
like
Uh,
first thing I found was a skeleton in a refrigerator with an Indiana Jones hat. So,
quality.
yep.
all right. So we on the last subject. Let somebody else have anything. So PS Now, which we were talking about earlier, is not going to be on Vita, PS3, Bravia, Blu-ray players, and also the Samsung TVs anymore.
So they're starting to stop supporting
PS
all of
Now,
those things.
yep, starting it's going to be turned off August 2017.
So I guess the next question is how many people are actually using PS Now on PS4? Because if that number isn't too high, they might be shutting that down.
Yeah, that's a good question because right now they only going to do PS4 and PC for the future.
But so this is either going like this is going either way. This is either showing that Sony is also starting to drop support for their PS4, PS3, and PS Vita. I didn't mean PS4, which I mean we kind of were already seeing in like the West, anyways. But
Mhm.
that's a little like I guess I'm a little surprised about the Vita because the Vita is still like super popular in Japan. It does really well there, so I would have thought that they would have still had something like that going in Japan. But if they're dropping it like worldwide, then wow, that's a little surprising.
We also got to consider like all the mobile games, like for your phones and so on and so forth. That like a lot of people nowadays like so PS Now, like especially for like PlayStation fans and then people that like have played PlayStation games from like Final Fantasies to whatever not, you know, like back in the day, like into now or up to current at least, like those types of people, like they want they're not going to be constricted to, you know, I need a Samsung TV to play this, whatever not. They already
Mm.
own like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, or whatever not. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, so for Sony, they're looking at it as like, all right, so for all those extra people, all the people that are just kind of like jumping on the bandwagon, all the people that are just taking advantage of the capability, it's like, hey, we can sell more consoles, we can sell more systems if we restrict it to a specific platform. And most people are not going to just buy a PC like, hey, you know, I'm going to get myself a desktop and, you know, could pay for like a nice monitor to play these games. Like, no, people are just going to be like, all right, well, I can't play it on my TV anymore. So fuck it. I guess I'm done.
So,
If they don't
so,
already own it.
so I want to chime in real quick for what Lewis was saying. So, Lewis, you think that they pretty much said they're done with the Vita, right?
At least in like it just feels like it's one of those other nails that's going to be in the coffin for the Vita, at least stateside. Like I'm not meaning Japan side because I was just in Off today,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like the two large sections that they have for games were Vita and 3DS.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, every time I go to a game store, they have a lot of Vita and DS. It's just the Westerns just don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't care. But I do have a question. Did anybody see the article where Sony they patented a kind of like a Switch? Um, it looks like a Nintendo Switch, but it was
Dude,
it was found back in 2015.
Yeah,
Did anybody see that?
No, I didn't see that.
All right, I just put it in the chat.
I saw it on my Facebook stream, but
Okay.
I didn't really pay
So
attention.
So when I saw this article, that's what I was thinking because it's kind of funny that they will bring that up when they just talked about the PS now. Like, do you think they could be bringing this out? Like, have a Switch like product
So
that replaces the Vita? Because the Vita necessarily doesn't fit in your pocket.
yeah, it doesn't fit in your pocket. The PSP never fit in your pocket. Give me one quick moment. Like, let me actually look at this article real quick because the question is, like, my big question is this basically what they were using as the prototype for the PSP and Vita, or is this like something else where you could detach those two pieces and you know, sort of
Yeah.
thing? So let me.
Because it doesn't say that you can actually take those controllers off. All it talks about is those controllers on the sides. So it could be attachment to the Xperia, or it could just be a whole new, console. Maybe the same thing what the Switch is doing.
Yeah. So if all it is basically having control like pieces on the side, which almost look like.
Hey, Michael, what do you think about this? Michael, you here? Nope, he's not there. Chris, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I don't really have an opinion on it honestly. I was never a fan of the Vita. Like I thought it was the same price as a console, and I just went out and got a Wii U instead of a Switch.
Mm.
Oh,
They found.
I mean, not a Switch of a Vita.
you got a Wii U, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so Breath of the Wild is coming out for Wii U. It's gonna be a 720p, 10 frames per second.
And it'll
Sorry.
look gorgeous for every frame.
Yep.
Yeah, but honestly, if that was to come out, because I didn't get a Vita, because only reason why I didn't get a Vita, even though I own 3 PSPs, is because what they promised didn't actually happen. Where they say, "Hey, you can play your games on the go," kind of what the Nintendo Switch is doing, and that's what I thought the Vita was. The message they said they were going to do actually wasn't true. You have to actually be on the same network. So I was like, I don't. There's no point in me getting a Vita, even though I love my PSP. That was.
It makes you kind of wonder where Nintendo got their idea from.
This says that this was published in 2015. I'm pretty sure Nintendo had been working on stuff for the Switch way before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the capabilities of the Switch now, like what they're releasing,
So,
and I'm fairly certain that
because this patent and the information that's in here doesn't give us anything as to what they actually were saying the capabilities of this was going to have.
Yeah.
So all it is really is a drawing, and yeah.
We probably never know. They probably not even working on it no more, or who knows? They probably could be doing it. I mean, if they were to do that, where they would make it kind of like a Switch, I think I probably would buy it because
I mean, Sony's copied Nintendo before, so why wouldn't they do? Why wouldn't they
exactly,
try it again?
especially the motion controllers. I mean, they
Oh, yeah.
copied Microsoft with the camera.
Mhm.
You might remember the PSI.
Yeah,
Which was crappy. Man, that camera sucked.
That shit was garbage.
Yeah,
Oh man, I remember that shit.
yeah. Sony is known for copying from others.
So
They- they-
we're agreeing here that like there's a possibility that Sony had copied Nintendo Switch as early as 2015. Is that what I'm understanding here?
I mean, it could.
no, I'm not saying that at all. Because like right now, what I'm saying is I need more information to actually see capabilities of this thing. Because by one of the descriptions, it could be like some sort of attachment piece to the Sony Xperia. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's what I was thinking. That it's just an attachment to Xperia, which is not a bad thing. Xperia is actually a pretty good tablet. It's not as powerful as like the Switch is going to be, but it's still pretty good for a
so
tablet.
But yeah, so that's that right there in anybody deciding to start like really grabbing at straws and saying it's either them copying the Switch or Nintendo trying to copy Sony is ridiculous because with all we have is that picture. Like I said, patents usually also have descriptions about
Mhm.
capabilities and
Yeah.
things like that. There's more information. If all it is a picture, then I mean I can draw you a picture and say I invented the Super Nintendo, something stupid like that. It's like, come on.
All right. Well, there it is
All
for
right.
everyone to know.
All right, so I don't know if Michael is still there.
Yeah, man.
No, he's dead. He's dead. He died.
I thought he was
I'm
snoring.
right here.
Were you snoring?
No.
No.
I've had my mic muted this entire time.
Well, thank you
anything to
for not
add?
having us hear you piss.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, so you're telling me that like in all this conversation, everything that we've talked about thus far, you've literally just been listening the whole time?
Pretty much.
What's wrong with that?
Failure.
Yeah,
You're on the podcast.
yeah.
To
You
talk.
gotta talk.
Pool,
We're here to
Cool.
talk.
we do dominate it.
Yes.
Actually, I think I kind of said a lot this time too.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
It's
I'm not
usually
saying no.
dominated by you two, though.
I'm gonna be quiet from now on.
Please do.
Long, run the podcast. It's all you.
Well, it's gonna be like I usually got a lot to say. So
It's been like 2 hours. We should have done this like 2 hours ago.
nah,
Nope.
man,
Nope.
nah. 2 hours ago, I was still talking about GameStop stuff.
That's my point. We should have done this 2 hours ago.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you really want, I can like go back and start telling like weird stories and stuff. But,
So I have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, I can't.
no, you don't.
No,
It's
you
President's
don't.
Day.
No, you don't
Or-
understand.
President's Day got him.
Gotcha, bitch.
See, it's important day where we bye.
Yeah, we talk about presidents where most of
No,
them
no,
mean
no.
shit,
Let's
but-
not get
Kick the
political.
baby.
Let's not get political. Start going political. Next thing you know, people start talking about Trump, and then it's all over.
Talking about
Nope.
Trump? No, I'm just kidding.
No, let's.
Nope. We're not
My
going
Trump
there.
card.
No, yeah, exactly. Nope. We're not going there. Anyway, next time, Long, you're running the podcast. It's affirmed.
Affirmed.
Make
Alright.
it so.
So before we get to outros, who has the Switch pre-ordered?
I have.
Eh,
Damn,
I don't have the
crickets.
Switch pre-ordered, but I have Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild pre-ordered.
So you have the game and not the console.
Yeah, because by the time I would have even tried to be able to pre-order, everything was filled up, and I can be patient. I like because it's gonna take time for the game to get to me, anyways. So
Okay.
like I don't mind. I've also got a bunch of other stuff to play, anyways. Uh, I've got my Tales of Berseria. I've got Yakuza 0. I've got of course Neo. I've got Nier Automata
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
when
boy.
that comes out, because I played the first Nier and I loved it. So
Yo, that shit's coming out in like 3 days, 4 days,
I
or
know
a
it's
week or
ridiculous,
something.
right? It's ridiculous. I'm a little like that's what, PS4 exclusive?
Near?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's weird because the first one was on both. So
Yeah. They said fuck Xbox.
yeah, that
Straight
bums
up.
me out because I like that controller more. But
The Xbox One?
ah.
The Xbox One controller?
yeah,
Oh.
I've got the Forza edition one, so it came with this blue controller that's got grips on the inside. It's so much better than my PS4 controller, just in feel. So
Well, I
Alright.
mean, like, yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I do have the Switch pre-ordered. I don't know why.
Says
much
the
is it?
guy, literally,
I don't know
says the
why.
guy that buys a PSVR off the bat when it first comes out,
Mhm.
sells it, and then buys
Mhm.
another one.
Mhm.
The same guy. I pre-ordered the
Mhm.
Switch. Yeah, you got the Xbox Scorpio pre-ordered also, don't you?
can
Not
you
yet.
even pre-order that yet?
I'm probably going to get it. I'm probably
Got-
am going to get it. I ain't gonna lie.
See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
Hey, I have tech
Does it get
like
cold like
problems.
Minnesota?
Hey, I just always want the best.
For my family.
Exactly.
Hell
That's my
no,
excuse.
it's not for your family. It's straight up for you. You just like,
Hey,
hey,
hey, that's
I
what I
got
tell.
I
That's
got
what
my
I tell my
He
wife.
likes to keep up with the Joneses. He's like, I got a Nintendo Switch, do you? Ooh.
this dude got money like falling out of his shoes and shit. This dude got
No,
money trees. He's looking at him like, man, let me cut this shit down. It's blocking my view of paradise. Like, it's a money
Perfect place
tree.
for shade.
Like, yeah.
oh, that's why I just sell it.
Mhm.
Gonna sell and you didn't even sell it to somebody in the crew. Didn't even sell it to somebody in the crew. Like,
Hey, I gave you an offer for another one.
no, hell no. It wasn't the same thing. Like, especially knowing it is coming from you. Like, literally, we played it together. Like, and it's not overcharged. Like, I can order the same thing
No
for
homie
less
discount?
online and wait a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Get the same thing for cheaper. Nah,
Hey,
man.
if I sell this one, I'll let you know. I'll probably
Let
get bored of
everybody
it.
know. Let everybody know. The whole crew.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I would have bought it off you, not for full price, but
See, exactly.
oh, you're just the worst.
But what does it matter to you? Like, you don't even want it anymore. Like, you probably would have been like, whatever, $50, fuck it.
Nah,
That's just
I
chump change.
already
That's just,
said. If you saw my post,
$50. I wipe my nose with $50. You know
if
what I
you
mean?
saw
Like,
my post, I told him, I was like, hey, it's either pay what I paid for it or I'm putting it on eBay.
That's really, really
And
sick.
somebody contacted me 30 minutes after I posted. So I had, all right, you got it.
wow. You probably could have made more money for it on eBay, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I put that on there. I was like, hey, I could have made more money, but
You're the new
I'm gonna be
GameStop.
fair. I'm the what?
It's not the new GameStop. Please don't even try.
Nah, Definitely not.
No, not even close.
Do I need to go back over a bunch of the stuff that I used to do? Is that what,
Let's
is that what this is?
for the kids. Don't do it. For the kids, don't do it.
Shoot.
All
All
right.
right.
So we get our outros. Want to go first?
All right,
Michael, you
Chris.
going last because you ain't say
Huh?
shit. You ain't say shit
No.
all. You going last?
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
Okay, my name's Chris. Well, no, my name's Vontrell. Bye.
So,
All right.
All right, Randy.
Hey, you already know what it is. Damon X22. Randy Poole doing my thing. I'm in here. I'm out here. Let's go.
that's the most presumptuous thing you've said. Like every single podcast, you say you know what it is. What if they don't know? What if it's like the first time?
Because they
Typically, they don't know what it is.
Because he don't know. Because he don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, what?
All right,
Like,
see, so we turning this on me. That's what's happening right now. That's what's going on. All right,
You have
you
the
know, you
software
want to know
to
what it
do
is?
it.
You want to know what it is?
No.
Talking about gaming. I'm here to talk about gaming. Damon talking about gaming. That's what it is. Now you know. So every time I say you know what it is, now you know. There it is. I'm out.
So next week, when someone didn't hear this week's
Whose man's
podcast,
is this?
Oh, man.
All right, Chris.
All right. Well, I'm sure we already know. I already established earlier that I don't have an intro, so I don't have an outro. So I hope everybody had a fun time listening. Take care, and if you get any questions for me, for Tony, for anybody on the panel, please send those emails in or add comments, whatever. Like, send them in. I've no problem answering questions. Any more questions about GameStop? As long as it's not about how I got fired. But yeah, like if you just want silly stories or anything like that, send the questions in. I have no problem answering those. So, good night and good game.
All right. I guess you can go now.
bye. I'm just kidding. I still haven't solved this Rubik's Cube. I don't even know why I bought it.
You doing a fucking Rubik's Cube this right, like literally right now during the podcast. That's why you've been so quiet. You've been focused on the
Perhaps.
Rubik's Cube.
He said
The
that
whole
like
time.
60 times.
Yeah, I did earlier, like a while ago. That's kind of not new. But yeah,
We even talked about Overwatch. You play Overwatch, right?
Well, I haven't really.
Shut up!
lately.
Nobody asked you any questions. All right.
Oh shit!
Nah, I'm just
Shit!
playing.
Damn.
I mean, no, there's so many things wrong with everything. I don't care.
All right. So I'm Tony. Tony Play Games. I'm the host. I'm gonna put a link to Michael's YouTube channel.
No, you don't have to do that.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't have to do that.
Me and Garrett found it.
Gonna lose
Oh
some
my
followers.
goodness,
There it
Jesus
is.
Christ.
So I want to put up the
Negative views. Negative views. There it
oh,
is.
it's
You
gonna
can
get
actually
some
go-
hilarious views because it's drone.
Oh, that.
Oh, I'm still thinking about that.
Man,
Hey,
that drone crasher is gonna become a meme, huh?
Yeah.
Nope.
Actually, that's gonna be
It's
the
gonna stay that
intro.
way.
Next week, next time we have this podcast, that's gonna be the intro. Your drone crashing.
At least I have a drone.
With the music too and everything. Like and he's riding along, everything's perfect and shit. There it is.
At least I have one, you clowns.
Hey, I'm not. Nah, I ain't gonna have one. I told my wife it's either gonna be the 4K TV or the drone.
Well, yeah, you'd probably crash it
Oh, no.
anyway.
I
Can't trust
probably
you with that
would.
stuff.
We can't all be like you, Log. I'm sorry.
I
Nope.
know.
Not at all. It's
Drone-
a full-time job. Being the
Yeah.
drone expert, yeah.
You're not a drone. You already crashed it.
Yeah, everyone's got to have one stake, you know?
Nah, just you.
No, Paul. Yeah, I should say that's too mean even for me.
All right. So
Fucking hey, this. God damn it! Can we just end this shit?
See,
I don't want to
just
say
you.
goddamn
Just
you
you.
anymore. Fuck.
Hey, Google.com, man. Search bar.
No. I'm gonna fucking
Fuck
figure
it.
this out without looking at goddamn YouTube videos.
All
If it
right.
ends me.
Well, you guys can watch this on YouTube, SoundCloud. Also, gonna put a link in the Military Gaming Podcast page. So go and check us out. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch y'all later.
Happy Sunday. Happy President's Day. Have a good weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah, that holiday, whatever.
Well,
Day
that's kind of
off.
disrespectful.
Well, I don't care.